is truth is very different from what someone believes.
Yeah.
I was in the room with Trump a lot. I did 2 tours. I did 2 tours of duty.
Tell me about that. What is that like?
But then you sit in the room, and I don't know how well you know the President of the United States of America.
I don't want to know him at all.
Yeah. But you spend about 2 or 3 hours every other day sitting in a room across the table like this, with a table you can't put your hands on. And you're in a set. And that's the thing that everybody else on the show would say, we're going into the boardroom now. And I'd say, no, we're going onto the boardroom set.
So it wasn't a real boardroom?
No, of course not. None of it was real.
So
then you've got about 2 hours where you sit up straight and you can't move side to side and you can't put your hands on the table, and you listen to someone speak for 2 hours that they're going to try to edit out to get 3 minutes where he sounds okay. He would talk about, I was reading this blog on the internet that said I didn't sell my property for enough, and I bought it for $3 million and I sold it for $4 million. Isn't that a profit? Isn't that a profit? What do you think? Isn't that a profit? Yeah, that would be $1 million profit. Well, they said I sold it for too little. Okay. Who was this? It was somebody on the internet. Okay. So, he'd be arguing in front of us with perhaps a 18-year-old guy on the internet who thought that Donald Trump should have made more from a real estate deal.
And this is something he really concentrates on.
He seems to...
still to this day.
Yeah, obsessed with what anybody says about him anytime.
That's so odd.
And I thought, and I want to say this very clearly, I thought he was wonderful at his job. If you had someone who was actually a business person on that show, it would be the worst show in the world, because Bill Gates would make proper decisions.
Right.
And there'd be no surprises. You want someone capricious and crazy with no filter. That's what you want.
Right.
And that's what we got. So he makes arbitrary decisions that you try, the human brain tries desperately to make those make sense, and that ends up being some kind of entertainment. And so I actually, Donald Trump Jr. said to me, of all the people we've had on the show, you seem like the only person who's ever liked my father. But I said, Thelonious Monk said, the genius is the one who is most like himself. And I said, with some sort of mental problems coupled with greed and a lack of compassion, your father has somehow found a way to throw off the filters. And I will listen to Tiny Tim talk on tape for hours because I like that little bit of Asperger's and all that other stuff. I think I don't like people on drugs that much, but boy, I do. And I listen to Lenny Bruce talk forever. And Donald Trump had the dark side of that. What Donald Jr. Took as affection, I guess was a bit of affection, but it's also that if you have thrown off some filters, I'll listen to you talk. Yeah, he's crazy and he's venal and he's empty. Really weird stuff that you've never seen before. You have never seen someone who has never laughed sincerely and never made a joke.
Never laughed sincerely?
No, he will laugh in a bully way. You look kind of fat, Joe.
Really?
Yeah, he'll do that.
But he won't laugh at himself?
Oh no. And also, but never even a joke. I also never saw him show any enjoyment or understanding of music.
Oh. I think that's also, one of the accusations against Trump, that he's on some sort of speed, which is why he's so inexhaustible, mm-hmm. And also why he has this inability to be affected by criticism in terms of there's no self-reflection.
No shame.
Right. No shame, no self-reflection. And that's something that is a symptom of people that are on speed, and this is the Adderall generation that we're living in. I go, no. It's fucking speed. That guy's on speed, okay? And you can call it a medication because you can buy it at the pharmacy. But that fucking guy's on speed all day long, every day. There's a speed mindset, and it's a go, 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 get everything done, more, bigger, faster, accumulate shit. I'm the fucking man. I'm the fucking man. That's a speed mindset. It's a dangerous mindset. It's a real weird one. And it's not one that laughs at itself. It's not one that self-deprecates. It's all me. I'm the shit. And that's what you get out of Trump. I mean, there's a guy who's a journalist who wrote a story about how he knows the very Duane Reade pharmacy in Manhattan where Trump was getting diet pills way back in the day, where he was supposed to take it for like 6 weeks. He took it for years. And this guy is saying, like, this is what you're dealing with. Like, many people have called him the Adderall president. Like, this is entire. It absolutely could be that he's on something.
That all that we're talking about this whole time is just speed.
Yeah. I mean, and it gives him the energy to look. Remember when he was running for president? I'm like, how the fuck is this guy not tired? I get tired if I tour and do stand up. When I do stand up, it's an hour, 20 minutes of my own routine that I wrote myself. I'm hanging out with friends. I do 2 shows a night, and I'm like, woo, this motherfucker's touring, flying around in jets all over the country, just inexhausted, just no fucking script, just goes on stage in front of everybody, just ranting and raving about China and the economy and build the wall. And, well, all right, we're going to go to Ohio. And then off to the jet eating Kentucky Fried Chicken and fucking flies into Ohio, and he does it again. I mean, who the fuck at 70 has that kind of energy? People on speed. I don't know if it's true. I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but it seems like it. It seems like all the pieces are in place. And there was a psychologist who did an analysis of all the various psychological traits that people who are on amphetamines have. And they compared it to Trump. And like all of them, megalomania, all of the various psychological characteristics, inability to accept criticism, this thinking that everyone's against them, this delusions of grandeur, all these different things.
Well, there was a guy that was on Apprentice who talked about him doing these kind of drugs. It was a news story, but it was like an intern that we weren't going to. Just kind of faded away after that, but it's a nutty theory.